What day is it? Could you please tell me? What day is it? I'm confused, you see. Is it Sunday? No. Is it Monday? No. Is it Tuesday, Bluesday, Betterware, Tuesday? No. Is it Wednesday? No. Is it Thursday? Shut up. Is it Friday, Saturday, Betterware, Saturday? Maybe it's tomorrow and maybe it's not. Maybe it's yesterday. I just forgot. Maybe it's tomorrow and maybe it's not. Maybe it's yesterday. I just forgot. Hey, what day is it? Could you please tell me? What day is it? What day is it? I'm confused, you say. Oh!
Way out west, there was this fellow I want to tell you about. Goes by the name of Devin Pike. At least that was the handle that his loving parents gave him, but he never had much use for it. You see, Devin, he calls himself the host. It's his bunker, it's his rules, it's his game show. And now your host, Devin Pike.
The good, the bad, the pig. Thank you very much, and welcome to Universal Remote, the online quiz show with production value equal to or greater than that of several primetime news programs, live and direct from Network 23. My name is Devin Pike. Thank you very much for joining us for our weekly trivial diversion. And before we get going on the Inquisition, I'm going to do my standard groveling. I'm going to lay myself prostrate. One requires an exam, the other requires debasing yourself. Anyway, we grovel because we're asking you to chip in and hand a couple of shekels our way with the Universal Remote Patreon. There are levels for every sort of support, including your opportunity to dictate the channels that we produce for a show. Go forth and pledge at patreon.com/Universal Remote. And of course, we invite each of you newbies to follow us along on all of our social networks, as that's how you get the inside skinny on our show. And just as a little piece of housekeeping, I got a friend request on Twitter, or a follow request, from Pigman. Pigman actually found the password to his Twitter account, and he's already been terrorizing some of our audience. I'm sorry, Hillary. I'm sorry. I thought the same thing when it came up on my screen. I'm sorry. But I can't be mad at him. He's Pigman. What are you going to do? So, check it out. I want to say it's UR Pigman, I think. I've actually already forgotten what the handle is. So, somebody will put it up in the chat. Anyway, probably Pigman will put it up in the chat. I think he's floating around in there. So, as for the rules, it is incredibly simple for you to play if it's your first time here. All you have to do is go to baconsamurai.tv/URlive and then play along by putting the answers in the chat window. It's either on your right if you're on a desktop, or on your bottom if you're on mobile. If you're watching along on Twitch or YouTube, you might want to head to the website because we don't have the chat window over on the left because it's the only technical glitch we had tonight. Hopefully it will be the only glitch we have. So, the first 3 people who answer each question in the chat window get the points. That's 30 for first, 20 for second, and 10 for third. And everyone who answers correctly gets points. And all those point values double in the second round. So, pot's right. We're locked in. Let's wheel them around and get underway with our first category of the evening. Pay attention. It's not all doom scrolling, kiddies. The news can be appreciated for what it is, a complete cluster. So answer these questions about the week that wasn't and see how many of you are reading the articles and not just blindly smashing on like. Here we go. Question number 1. Possibly the most relaxing museum exhibit ever curated. opened last month, as the Bob Ross Experience gives close-up views of his art, along with workshops led by certified Ross instructors. Where is this magic located? The certified Ross instructors, by the way, have to go to a 3-week course at the Bob Ross Institute. That's located in Florida. That's not where the museum is. But you have to get certified to be a Bob Ross ambassador. I just think that's fantastic. All right, here we go. Question number 2. If you couldn't get your gamer buddy off the couch this weekend, it was probably due to this new Insomniac Games title featuring this new Marvel hero from Harlem. If you don't get this one, I'm gonna sick Pigman on you, because I'm pretty sure he was playing it all weekend. I think he sent me. I think Mrs. Pigman sent me a photo of just him hunched over the controller. It was a it was a hell of a sight. Question number 3. Also, that same gamer pal may have unboxed their brand spanking new Xbox Series X this weekend. Following a rather malicious viral video, Microsoft was forced to post this unlikely support tweet. We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not blank into your Xbox Series X. There's a few different answers for this, I think. Oh, goodness. And for the record, I don't think Pigman did this, because I don't think he has an Xbox Series X. I think he's probably playing on his Sega Genesis. Question number 4. The worlds of Star Trek and Nightmare Fuel collided this week when this legendary director appeared as a Starfleet interrogator in this week's Discovery episode, Die Trying. And yeah, Zach, I know there's no music because the same thing that powers the chat window, that also powers the music. So can't do one, can't do the other. So I need to delete that video out of the library. All right, that's going to wrap it up for Pay Attention. Let's get right into round 2. That is Dysfunction Junction. What's your function? Uncle quoting QAnon and racist aunts. Is your family full of Karens? Do you really want to give yourself the full Thanksgiving experience, yet you might miss out on all of the shouting because it's all happening by Zoom this year? Well, play along and help me identify these dysfunctional families. I will name the TV shows, and you will tell me the fucked up family in each. Here we go. Give me both families for question number 1, Family Guy and The Simpsons. It's kind of a little bit of a gimme, but I'm just gonna, we like to ease you into it. Round 1 is easier than round 2, after all. And it takes a little more typing time. Question number 2, Arrested Development and All in the Family. A little bit harder, a little bit harder. We don't give away the title in one of them. I think I might go to my aunt's. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to drive by my aunt's. I'm going to knock on her window, wave hi, and then we'll eat a slice of pecan pie in view of each other. Number 3, The Honeymooners and Empire. And I will tell you in advance, the family's name was not the Honeymooners. It's because I love you. I'm not going to do it that way. And then question 4 is a threesome, Dallas, the Gilmore Girls, and Shameless. I need you to give me all 3 families to get full credit for that question. Once again, Dallas, Gilmore Girls, and Shameless. Aw, some of your whiteness is showing. All right, kids, that is going to wrap it up for the first half after round 2. That does mean, of course, that it is snack time. I want you to get out your calendars and start marking stuff up, because I need you guys to not only write this down and be a part of everything that I'm telling you, but also tell your friends, tell your neighbors, because all this stuff is incredibly cool. So I'm going to take a sip first off. First things first, tomorrow is Life Day. For most of you, that will mean something. For the newbies in the room, you will think that that means that the Star Wars Lego Holiday Special will be coming on Disney. No, 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 no. What this means is that over on a secret channel, we are going to be showing the original, uncut Star Wars Holiday Special from November 17th, 1978. I will tell you that it is a pristine copy. It is the same copy that I've shown for family and friends for the last 15 years on Life Day, and I want you guys to be a part of it. Not only are we showing a lot of the original commercials that ran during the show, but we also have some special surprise guests popping in during the show as well. So let me know in the chat if you want an invite to it, and we'll make sure that you get the link. It starts tomorrow night at 8 p.m. That's 8 p.m. Central, 7 Pacific, and 10 East. No, 8 Eastern. No, yeah, I fuck this up every single time. 8 Central, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Ha! Got it. Math. It's not just for Democrats. So next Monday is the season finale of Universal Remote. We're whipping up a supersized episode for you, going out with a bang, and then we're going to go on an extended break until after the new year. So make sure that you join us. Let a bunch of your friends know. Make sure that they're coming along with. And that way you also follow our social channels on Facebook and Twitter. So we'll give you plenty of notice when the season debut of Universal Remote for 2021 kicks underway. I have a feeling more of us are going to be on lockdown, so a lot of new players are going to be coming around, and you get to boss them around like the noobs that they are. So with that in mind, this Friday, Hulu drops all 13 episodes of the brand spanking new version of Animaniacs. All 13 episodes at once. I think I'm going to binge it. I really just want to parse them out across a week or a month or 3 months, because they've already renewed it for a second season, so we're going to get more, but God knows how long it's going to take for them to do it. So, your mileage will vary. Once again, that's Friday. I think probably drop at midnight. I would think Hulu drops all their stuff at midnight, so 2 a.m. Central is when they'll hit. But at 2 a.m. Central, that's when we watch The Mandalorian, and we do that on a scener side chat as well. So finally, on December 5th and 6th, that's 8 a.m. on Saturday, December 5th through 8 p.m. on Saturday, December 6th. I'd love for you to get 20 friends together, wherever they are, and watch Who Needs Sleep. It's our 4th year to do the 36-hour telethon, raising funds for the Cook Children's Lymphoma and Blastoma Wards in Fort Worth, as well as Cancer Support Community in North Texas. We've got some amazing stuff on tap for you this year, including, just booked today, finalized, Rob Paulson will be showing up and talking with us for about a half hour about Animaniacs, his book, his 18,000 other voice acting credits. So that's just one half of the 36 hours that we've got plotted out for you. It's going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal time. I can't wait to show it to you guys, but I can't wait to do it. So it's Who Needs Sleep. If you want to donate in advance, you can. Go to whoneedssleep.org. You can get all the details you want and watch the telethon live from there as well. Okay, so Pledge, 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 pledge. whoneedssleep.org. Let's see. Leslie, do we have the scores? So I don't have to get the scores right now because I'm going to tell you what the answers are before we do that. So in Pay Attention, the Bob Ross experience means that we are all taking a field trip to Muncie, Indiana. Because there's so much else to do in Muncie. Is that where Ball State is? I think we're going to visit Dave Letterman's alma mater while on the trip. Spider-Man Miles Morales, particularly Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, during the weekend. And if you haven't played through to get to Spider-Cat, the cutscene from that looks ridiculous. And you get to pet the cat in-game. Wonderful. This tweet was posted by Microsoft this weekend. We can't believe we have to say this, but please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X. Apparently they were trying to start a rumor that it was overheating and setting on fire. It wasn't. People were just blowing vape smoke into it, screwing up the insides of it, and they get the red ring of death. Figures. And David Cronenberg was the special guest star on Star Trek Discovery, the current episode Die Trying. I hope that's a recurring character because I love David Cronenberg. And it was a real trip to see. It was like, what? So, I mean, Katie Sackhoff snuck up on me too, but and part of my brain knew that was weird. Sound was going weird for a second. Great. That's awesome. It might just be my throat. For Dysfunction Junction, Family Guy was the Griffins. The Simpsons was the Simpsons. Arrested Development was the Bluths. All in the Family was the Bunkers. Honeymooners were the Cramdens. Empire was the Lions. Dallas was the Ewings. The Gilmore Girls were the Gilmores. And the Gallaghers were from Shameless. With all of those in mind, let us take a look at the scores. Okay, no ties going into halftime. Third place, Shannon Hatcher with 90. John Gamero hanging in there with 130 in second. And apparently his chest vagina is helping him score. Roy is there with 165 points. But as I'm going to tell you, means nothing. Nothing, because we double the value of the scores and we go straight on to round number 2, beginning with, where were you in October 30th, 1978? It was season 1, episode 7 of WKRP in Cincinnati, and TV Guide ranked this episode on its 100 greatest TV episodes of all time list. Johnny Fever was on the air. Les Nessman was reporting from the field. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. Tonight, Universal Remote celebrates Turkeys Away. And this is actually really funny. I'm not stopping the count, Shannon. The crack research department from Universal Remote uncovered this week. Turkeys Away was actually based on a true story from Jerry Bloom, the general manager of K-Box AM here in Dallas, Texas. And Jerry was the inspiration for Arthur Carlson, the station manager for WKRP, at some point in the 1960s. For Thanksgiving, as a promotion, frozen turkeys were chucked out of the back of a flatbed truck. And Bloom's son, Gary, told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that, quote, the public went nuts fighting over the turkeys and it was a mess. That was probably the end of the story, but the story grew and grew in infamy as time went on. And at some point, they were dropping the turkeys out of the helicopter, which didn't actually happen, but I can think of a better place for it to be than right here in Dallas, Texas. You never failed to disappoint. So we pay tribute to one of the greatest episodes in TV history. Let's go with question number 1. WKRP in Cincinnati was a workplace comedy centered around a low-performing radio station. Name one of the 2 DJs at WKRP that were in the main cast of the show. As big as the cast was, there were only 2 actual DJs that were working full-time on the station. It's TV. People didn't know any better. You know, instead of the music from the cans, just go with the guy playing a loud stereo down the way. Question number 2. In this, Les Nessman, the grand newsman that he was, spends his episode in the field for Turkeys Away. When he's in the office, what does Les use to separate his desk from the others in the pre-cubicle world? Yeah, cube farms didn't exist back then. And Les had to have his office. So separate his space from everyone else. I think you know this. I have faith that you do. Question number 3. In the 70s, it is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without these two amazing, brilliant women. Instead of Ginger versus Marianne, name WKRP's greatest debate subjects. And I'll accept first names for this, but if you give us both names, I will be very pleased with you. And I'll probably give you a gold star on the air. I'm not going to do it on scoring because Leslie will kill me if I tried to throw that at her. And number 4, and I'm going to give you some time to type this because I'm going to need you to be precise with this answer. It is one of the most quoted pieces in TV history. What is the line of the episode Turkeys Away? And yeah, I'm going to need you to be precise on this. So Leslie, if they don't give you the correct answer, you don't give them the points. While you're typing that one, our final category and everyone's favorite new favorite, it's not a new film, everyone's new favorite Thanksgiving film, Son-in-Law, the 58th best film of 1993 and your brand new holiday tradition. When you can bring your family back into your home and they try to bring politics back into the turkey coma, you can inflict this delectable torture upon them. Join us now as we celebrate the film Roger Ebert declares fails because we can't for one moment believe anything about the character, and especially that everyone would start to like him. Gene Siskel agreed. He said, Pauly Shore is one of the most obnoxious performers in the movies today. It's family fun across all generations. So, answer these 4 questions about your new favorite Thanksgiving tradition, Son-in-Law. I mean, you sing the Adam Sandler song, and then you watch this movie. Here we go. Question: what cheerleader got her first role in this Thanksgiving classic? Her first film role. Who played Tracy, the bad girl turned good by the power of Pauly? I'm already getting hate texts for this. Question 2. Only one woman could have handled Pauly in his first rom-com, Carla Gugino. What was her first film where her co-stars were Shelley Long, Tori Spelling, and Kelly Martin? It just proves that Felissa Rose knows best. She knew that we needed music in this piece. And I miss it. And we will iron it out for the finale. Everything will go great for the finale. Question number 3. When not starring in the best 90s comedies starring Pauly Shore, Pauly is doing his MTV thing. What was his VJ nickname? Best 90s comedies starring Pauly Shore. I love this. I love this round. I sincerely do. It makes me smile. I'm actually going to watch Son-in-Law next week. And our final question, director Steve Rash had a great variety of movies under his belt. In 1981, he directed Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher in a film very loosely adapted from urban legends of parties thrown during the film of The Wizard of Oz. And I always forget this movie. I always forget it when I'm thinking of Chevy Chase films or Carrie Fisher films. I always forget it. I always overlook it. Kids, that wraps up the questions for this evening and for the hanging out with the family, having ourselves a party episode of Universal Remote. I want to thank Leslie doing the scoring and the chat window, handling double duty as always. R.I.P. Woody. Zach twisting and tweaking the dials. Pigman for his wonderful words of encouragement. And the occasional clown photo in my Twitter feed. Thanks, pal. Appreciate it. We gear up for another Life Day celebration tomorrow night once again. Message me. You guys know how to get in touch with me. Do it in the chat window. Leslie will invite you, or I'll invite you if you send me a message on Facebook. I just don't want the Disney cops to get up my ass. That's the whole point. Let's see. I'm going to plug the Patreon again because I can. It is patreon.com/Universal Remote, where you can get your family or friend, the one that you absolutely, for the person you really can't shop for. I sincerely want you to pledge in at the level where Pigman records a cameo-style video for the person of your choice. Or for you. It's fine. It is a thing to behold. He's recorded his first ones, and I'm incredibly endorsing this project. You should do it. Once again, it's patreon.com/Universal Remote. Let's see. There was something else I was going to bring up, and I realized it. Once again, congratulations to the folks from Free Play Arcade for their fantastic work for Extra Life. They'll be back with their quiz show block, well, their game show block. It's not a quiz show. It's the matching game. That'll be back on their Twitch channel next week. So we'll have it'll be a supersized block because we'll not only have the lead-in from the live matching game, but it'll also have our supersized finale for Universal Remote. And you can catch that at twitch.tv/freeplayarcade. They're taking this week off. I think some of them are still asleep. I mean, they only did it for 24 hours. We're doing it for 36, and some of us had to work on Monday. It's true. All right, let's take a look. Let's see if there's still things happening over on the tabs. There are. So I'm just going to remind everybody that I am grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you very much for watching the show. With that, I will read the answers. WKRP's two DJs that were in the full-time cast for the show were Dr. Johnny Fever and Venus Flytrap. The immensely talented Tim Reed and Howard Hessman. Ridiculously awesome. Les Nessman taped off a very small area in the bullpen for the DJs so he could have his office. And if you wanted to come talk to him, you had to knock in the air above the tape line. Les. In the 70s, Bailey and Jennifer were my Ginger and Marianne, and I was a Bailey guy through and through, which I was a Marianne guy too, so that probably makes sense. And Velma, Team Venture, Team Velma, 100%. The line that you had to type in, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly." And I actually did research that this afternoon to make sure that that was the proper line. So for Son-in-Law, the Bayside cheerleader who got her first film role in the film was Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Is it Thiessen or Thiessen? I've always heard Thiessen, but I never trust it until I hear the person actually saying it. Troop Beverly Hills was Carla Gugino's first film, along with Shelley Long, Tori Spelling, and Kelly Martin. Pauly Shore was the weasel on MTV's, when he was an MTV VJ. And I always thought that Hannibal Lecter was doing the weasel. Or maybe Pauly was doing Hannibal Lecter. Not entirely sure. And the film where Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher were the tallest people featured in the cast, because the rest were little people who were the Lollipop Guild and all of the rest of the Munchkins in Under the Rainbow. All right, the scoring is complete. Thank God there are no ties. Sweet Jiminy Christmas. Okay, so for our supersized finale, you know how we were making it Rob-proof earlier in October? We're going to have to do something about this because third place with 240 points was Shannon. Congratulations on that. On the podium. John Gamero at 330 points, and I have to look to see if he answered every question correctly. I'm sure that the bastard did. Roy Buckingham has cheated death and once again stands alone atop the Universal Remote podium with 555 MF points. Criminy. So, for Pigman, for Zach, for Leslie, for Mrs. Pigman, and for Mrs. Haberdash, wherever you are, my name is Devin Pike. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you again next week for our supersized finale of Universal Remote. Be safe. Peace. Wear a mask!
Tune in next week. Same Pigman time. Same Pigman channel.